spring patch has been out for 4 days now, and I wanted to talk mainly about the new game mode Gunmaster, which is the footage you're currently watching. Also, some other things that I'm aware of that this new patch has brought along with it. As you're likely already aware, I play Battlefield 4 on a PlayStation 4, and I'm not sure if this is just me and my imagination, or if this is just on a PlayStation, or it's all platforms, but this game, since the spring patch has dropped, has been running a lot better for me. I'm getting far fewer lag spikes and frame rate drops. For me, it's feeling more satisfying than ever before, as I've really started to feel like my bullets are going exactly where I want them to a lot more often. Now, don't get me wrong, it still has its moments, but I feel like their latest netcode fixes have had a massive impact on the game. They've also changed the source of bullets. For example, Battlefield has always previously simulated bullets being fired from the eyes of the character model. They've adjusted this so that bullets now come from the barrel of the gun instead. If you're wondering why that would make a difference, well, previously it allowed a player to get into cover and only expose his eyes and forehead while being able to both view and shoot his opponent's full body. The player on the receiving end of this only had a forehead to shoot at. As I'm sure the majority of you are already aware, this is often referred to as head glitching. This has been a regular source of frustration for many, and the new change means that the player now has to expose more of himself, otherwise his bullets will clip his own cover. The guy in the open has a much greater chance of beating the guy in cover. Now, don't get me wrong, using cover is still a clever and safe way to engage. You're still hard to shoot, but it's reduced the advantage from almost impossible to a fighting chance. I really like this change. I guess head glitch campers won't, but I'd say a majority of people will welcome this. On to Gunmaster. I have mixed feelings about the Gunmaster game mode. If you're not sure what it is, or are a Call of Duty fan, then it's Battlefield's version of gun game. Conceptually, it's a brilliant idea. It adds something different to the normally very serious nature of Battlefield 4. If you still don't know what it is, then basically you start with a set rotation of guns and you have to get 2 kills with each weapon to progress to the next. The last weapon is the knife, and if you manage to get a knife kill at the end, you win the game. You can knife at any point as well, and the victim of the blade gets put back a step. I do have a problem with the game mode though, and I do think it's flawed, because you play in teams instead of it being a free-for-all. For me, Gunmaster is a selfish game. There's only one winner, so in my opinion, it should be a free-for-all, which kind of spoils it a bit. I've played about 5 or 6 games of Gunmaster so far, and I've managed to win 2 rounds. I think players that do switch up guns and use a variety of weapons will have a clear advantage in this game mode. If you're the kind of person who religiously uses one gun and class, I suspect you're probably going to struggle. What's good about the game mode is the fun you can have with some friends. We had a party going the other night and we had a great time. It's actually, in my opinion, better when you're against your friends and not in the same team. For example, in the Shanghai clip, I'd made it to the knife first, and I was sort of skulking around trying to get a flank off. Now, I managed to get behind the enemy team, and I could have easily gotten behind several people. And all of a sudden, in the corner of my eye, I spotted a friend of mine with his Charboy Ripoff emblem, and the ability for me to make logical decisions completely evaporated, and I had to sink my knife into that neck. No other neck would have done. Unfortunately, while doing this and vaulting the wall, he heard me and I got countered. Fuck you, Matty. Fuck you. That gave us a laugh for a good 5 minutes, and I had a really great time playing those few rounds we had. Fortunately, I did manage to go on to win the round anyway. Also, if you are a protectorate of the almighty kill-death ratio, then this likely isn't the game mode for you, as it is a complete clusterfuck and solely a race to get kills. At times, this made me play like a complete noob, and I was rushing people when I had absolutely no business doing it whatsoever. What was nice though is I didn't care about deaths. The one thing I had on my mind was to kill. No death bothered me, as you can die as many times as you want and still win, which is refreshing. In summary, Gunmaster is great fun with friends, but I wish it was free for all. Any comments or questions, please leave them below. That's all for now. Have a good day. Fuck you, Matty. Fuck you.